So medicals are a requirement. When I say medicals, I mean a medical examination and an X-ray examination. Those are requirements to come into New Zealand for temporary visas, and they're also a requirement for resident status. The requirement is that you be of an acceptable standard of health. In Immigration New Zealand's eyes, that doesn't mean that you have to have no health concerns. It means that your health concerns are not considered to be likely to cost the New Zealand health system more than $41,000 over a lifetime or for an acute condition. So the majority of health conditions that we see people come in with are not of great concern. But there's a few things to be aware of with the immigration process and how the medicals are processed with your visa applications. So for starters, if you're a student, you only need an X-ray, you don't need a full medical. If you're pregnant, you can't get an X-ray because of health concerns, so it will have to be had once the baby's been born. And we can talk to anyone who's pregnant about what's involved in more detail for that. For everyone else, you'll need a medical, but don't race off and get it straight away, because medicals are expensive and they expire very quickly unless they're lodged with an application. Once they're lodged with an application, they're good for 36 months from the date of issuance. So please, our clients and anyone else out there who's thinking of becoming a client, don't go get your medicals. Wait until we tell you when you're ready to get them to make sure there's no issues, okay? Medicals have to be taken from an authorised Immigration New Zealand panel doctor, and we provide details on who they are and where to find them. Once you've got your medical, it goes in with your application and your application's processed. Part of the processing of your visa application is to make sure you meet that acceptable standard of health, or ASH as it's known. Most medicals are auto-screened. They go straight through, no issues. A small number, I would say something like around 5% of the clients I've worked with will find that their medical is not auto-screened, it has some anomaly, maybe they had a cold on the day for the X-ray, or there's some medical concern in the past or recent surgery that INZ wants to know more about. In those cases, it will go to what's called a HAT team, a health assessment team, and they will manually screen it. In that case, it takes a little bit longer, might take 2 to 4 weeks to go through that manual screening. It does vary a lot, sometimes it's only a week, sometimes it's the full 4 weeks. And from that, there's 3 possible outcomes. One is that it just gets approved and your visa goes through, you've got ASH. One is that they ask for further information, further testing and results. Or one is that it goes to the medical assessor because there's a clear medical issue to be considered. In that case, it's likely that the medical assessor will then ask for further details and further testing. What does that mean for your visa application? It causes delays. And in the case of someone who's applying for a work visa, the employer can start to get quite antsy. So we work very hard to make sure we keep employers on board, and we're very good at doing that. Employers, we find, are generally pretty understanding where there's delays due to medical concerns, but they like to know what's going on, and they like to know clearly that the client is doing everything possible to make sure that the visa processing goes through as quickly as it can. So just to cover off a few of the medical concerns that people often ask us about or come to us with. Firstly, the ones that are not actually an issue for immigration purposes. If you have allergies, unless they're allergies that put you in hospital, they should be fine. I say should because obviously it always depends on the details of a person's health situation, but I would say people with allergies, it's not an issue. People who have had surgery in childbirth, that's not generally an issue either. People who have pre-diabetes or hypertension, high blood pressure, or have a high BMI over 35, these can be of concern, but in general, if diabetes is well controlled, if you've got a clear evidence that your weight is under control and tracking downwards, or if there's no other compounding health concerns, all of these conditions we can help with. We can help you work through the process. We generally find that people with only one of those conditions will be able to find an acceptable standard of health, but it can cause some delays. Migrating to a new country and going through the visa application process, it can be a real emotional roller coaster. And when medical concerns are raised that our clients weren't aware of, and often where they're false positives, where something's raised but actually there's no concern, it can be really, really draining and frightening for our clients. So I really enjoy the part of the job where we can help our clients work through that, help reassure them, make them understand how it all works, and help make sure that our clients' visas still can be granted. So if you do have medical concerns and you'd like to know more about how we can help you with getting a visa to come to New Zealand, please get in touch. Complete our eligibility assessment. You can go to our website and fill it in there. Just put in the notes something about what your situation is, and we can get back to you to let you know what's involved.